Good Wednesday evening, August 27th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The driver who bumped a group of police officers with his vehicle while fleeing a traffic stop will serve 4 months in jail. The former Valley Academy of Learning building was declared surplus by the Wenatchee School Board last night. Showers and thunderstorms will continue through Thursday, with hot temperatures returning on Friday. Your full local weather forecast is straight ahead. The two occupants of a small plane that crashed into a house during a failed landing attempt at the Cashmere airport say they're recovering after the ordeal. The Cessna 182Q crashed into the roof of the structure on July 30th, severely injuring its pilot and passenger. Records obtained by NCWLIFE News from the Chelan County Sheriff's Office identify them as 52-year-old pilot Robert T. Taylor and his 51-year-old partner Amy Amacher, both from Chehalis. Taylor is a registered pilot of small aircraft and helicopters. The couple are partners in a Chehalis juice shop. On their Instagram page, they say they're on the road to recovery after treatment at Confluence Health Hospital and Harborview Medical Center. The cause of the crash remains under investigation, but the National Transportation Safety Board says Taylor apparently attempted to regain altitude after failing to come to a stop on the Cashmere airstrip. Despite the dramatic crash scene, no one in the home was injured. The driver who bumped a group of police officers with his vehicle while fleeing a traffic stop will serve 4 months in jail. 23-year-old Romeo Padron of Wenatchee pleaded guilty in June to charges of 3rd and 4th degree assault plus hit and run. He was driving away from the stop in a Ford Taurus when the car nudged two Chelan County Sheriff's deputies and a Wenatchee police officer who were on foot. No one was injured, but the search for Padron grew to involve a SWAT team that searched a Chelan Avenue home where he was thought to have fled. Padron also missed his original sentencing date earlier this month and was briefly sought on a warrant. Judge Robert Jordan imposed the 4-month term Monday in Chelan County Superior Court. Authorities say they're still investigating a deadly house fire that happened last week in Chelan and still unable to publicly identify the two people killed. 2 other people suffered burns when the 2-story 4-bedroom home on East Woodin Avenue went up in flames early last Thursday. The building was destroyed and neighboring structures damaged. In a press release Tuesday, Chelan County Sheriff's Chief of Special Operations Ryan Moody said there were 11 people inside at the time of the fire. He says the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives and the Washington State Patrol are assisting in the case. The cause of the fire hasn't yet been determined, and the names of the 2 people found dead in the ruins are being withheld until autopsies and notification of their families are complete. Students across the Wenatchee School District headed back to class today, marking the first day of school for elementary students, 6th graders, and freshmen. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, captured some video as students returned to Wenatchee High School this morning. At Wenatchee High School, new principal Donna Mosher greeted freshmen at the front entrance as they began their first year. Mosher said she's thrilled to step into the principal role. One new innovation, Yonder pouches designed to secure student cell phones throughout the school day. A new district-wide policy bans phone use at school in order to keep students focused and learning. When we come back, last Monday, the Okanagan County PUD Board of Commissioners unanimously appointed Randy Bird to replace retiring Steve Taylor as general manager. And the Wenatchee Valley is playing host this week to the Washington State Association of Counties, holding its annual conference through Thursday. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
Here in the Pacific Northwest, we don't just enjoy the outdoors, we live for it. It's in the cast of a line, the crunch of a trail, and the joy on a kid's face when they catch their first fish. Out here, we connect, we laugh, reflect, and make memories that last generations. And when the day's done, there's a place we all come home to. Abby's Legendary Pizza, rooted in the Northwest, built on community, and always ready to serve our outdoor legends. If you love the outdoors, at Abby's, you're already family.
The former Valley Academy of Learning building was declared surplus by the Wenatchee School Board last night. The parent-partnered program outgrew its space inside the North Wenatchee Avenue location and was moved into the old Columbia Elementary School building ahead of the new school year. The district officially proposed the move in January and said at the time the board would need to weigh options on what to do with the building. The district noted that while there are temporary storage needs at that property, it's no longer required for school use. By declaring the building surplus, the district can put the building up for lease or sale. Last Monday, the Okanagan County PUD Board of Commissioners unanimously appointed Randy Bird to replace retiring Steve Taylor as general manager. Bird is a graduate of Okanagan High School and lives with his wife and 2 sons in Okanagan County. He's been with the PUD for over 30 years and began his career as a temporary groundman. He's served as operations manager for the last 8 years, but will begin his new role in October. The Okanagan County PUD serves roughly 20,000 electrical customers and generates power from a combination of hydro and wind sources. The Wenatchee Valley is playing host this week to the Washington State Association of Counties, holding its annual conference through Thursday at the Hilton Garden Inn in Wenatchee. WASAC is the main lobbying group for Washington County governments working to craft policy in the legislature. The conference brings county commissioners and staff from around the state. Chelan and Douglas County commissioners have planned a series of field trips for WASAC visitors, including a tour of the Chelan County Regional Justice Center and the construction site of the Microsoft Data Center, and a visit to the Douglas County Courthouse in Waterville, as well as a planned site for the Wenatchee Landing commercial development. Coming up next, interested in becoming a master gardener? We'll tell you about the Washington Green School in tonight's feature story. Heavy rain is possible in some areas through Thursday, with flash flooding a possibility. I'll have all your local weather details coming up, as well as Eric Granstrom with tonight's sports report as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Click It RV is the home of the lowest price guarantee on new and used RVs. Our summer sell-down sales event is happening now. Shop new and used RVs from all the major manufacturers. Up to $6,000 over NADA for your trade through August. 0 down and no payments for 6 months. And get a free Traeger grill with every purchase. Plus, it's your last chance to win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash drawn at the end of August.
Be a winner like me and get the Click It RV.
Don't miss Click It RV's summer sale-down sales event now through August.
NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz spent some time recently with Washington State University Master Gardeners of Chelan and Douglas counties. Led by coordinator Marco Martinez and the dirt diva Bonnie Orr, the program aims to help locals become the most knowledgeable gardeners they can be. The application period for their next Washington Green School, where you can earn your Master Gardener certificate, closes this Friday. In tonight's feature story, Marco and Bonnie say there's room for 20 to 25 trainees, but time is growing short.
Normally the training would start in January, but we're moving it up to October. There's some changes at the state level that's impacting us. There's some, in the past, the local Master Gardener programs have had some latitude as to when they start the training. Now every program across the state is going to start in October. So our application period is now as opposed to in the fall. So we're accepting applications for the Master Gardener track of what we call Washington Green School. And Washington Green School is a new creation. Again, at the state level, they decided to create 2 tracks. One for people who want to become Master Gardeners and have that annual commitment of volunteering with our program and benefiting our community. And the other track is what we call the Washington Gardener Certificate. And that's aimed at people who simply want the education. It's strictly online with access to online course and a couple of live sessions via Zoom every week to kind of reinforce the information. But yeah, we're accepting applications for the local Master Gardener track right now through the end of August.
WSU as the overseer of the entire Master Gardeners program for the state, then there's individual chapters depending on your geographic location throughout the state of Washington, correct?
Correct.
So, and how many chapters are there altogether?
There's one in every county, and some of them are combined like ours. For example, Yakima and Kittitas are combined, Chelan and Douglas are combined. So yeah, we cover Chelan and Douglas counties.
And of course, being a gardener in this neck of the woods is a joy. We get all 4 seasons in abundance, but spring, summer, and fall, if you know what you're doing,
and
you're
175 frost-free days, so we have a really long gardening period.
And a tremendous amount of things you can grow, and a tremendous amount of food and plants and shrubs that just thrive in this area.
Indeed, but you know, one of the things that's really interesting about becoming a Master Gardener is that you become educated about how to really nurture pollinators, how to conserve water, how to use fertilizer correctly. I mean, it's more than just deadheading and weeding. You know, we really, well, we're a group of educators, which is really weird because what we're really doing is that we learn the knowledge and then we share it either one-on-one or with a small group. And I love clinic. Okay, that's like a mystery to me. I love figuring out what a weed is. I love being able to solve a problem. It's cool.
If you're going through the Master Gardener track, it's going to give you access to the online portion of the content. There's a new manual that's out, 29 chapters, and they cover a variety of gardening topics, botany, entomology, soil science. But beyond that, if you're going through the Master Gardener track, you have access to, I want to say, about 15 local classes that are taught by people like Bonnie. Bonnie teaches some of the classes. And some of those will happen in a classroom, traditional, here's a presentation, some small group sessions. But next year, or this next training session, we're going to be doing more in the field learning, more hands-on. For example, the pruning is going to be done here at the community education garden.
And the rose pruning.
Yeah. We'll teach you how to do it, and then we'll put you to work doing it. So that's the best way to learn.
Anybody can sign up. It's not an age limit or anything like that. But some people probably could benefit from this more than others. Basically, people who do this kind of thing for a living, as far as doing landscaping and stuff like that. They
Correct.
Could probably use this.
So that's kind of where the first track, the Washington Gardener Certificate track, comes in. It's ideal for people who want the knowledge without the commitment of being a Master Gardener volunteer. Because to be a Master Gardener, it does require a commitment of time. You're required, in order to maintain certification, to put in a minimum of 35 hours of volunteer hours.
That's all? 35?
Yeah, that's all. And you do a lot more than that. And 10 hours of continuing education every year to maintain certification. But if you choose the certificate track, you're just doing the online portion of the training. You have no volunteer commitment. So it's ideal for parks departments, landscape companies, if they want their employees to kind of get next level knowledge on soil science, lawn maintenance, pruning. Yeah, it's perfect for that. And the classes start in October and they go through February. It's typically a slower season for those companies and for those parks departments. So yeah, it's ideal. And the beauty of it is that it's science-based. It's mainly WSU backed research. So we're not kind of Googling and see what, is talcum powder going to work on my tomatoes?
Exactly. And people do come to us and say, I tried this old wives thing, and we're going, we don't have a lot of science based for that. Let's try something different.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Wednesday was a good one. Boy, a lot cooler out there today after, once again, temperatures in the 90s yesterday. It was a combination of the cloud cover that brought us some scattered, very light rain showers this afternoon, and also some of that smoky haze that's been all over North Central Washington the last couple of days. You could smell it a little bit out there this morning, although air quality still in the good range for almost all of the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington. But boy, you could really see it out there today. And as we make our way through the day and into Thursday, we have a chance for some heavy rainfall. I think most of that will be to our south and over in southeast Washington. Boy, with all that monsoonal moisture moving up, though, you saw the clouds today, not ruling out anything. And some of those showers could produce a ½ inch to an inch of rain in a very short period of time. And that could cause some minor flash flooding in our area, a little bit more serious, as I mentioned, as you get over into southeastern Washington. So we do have rain in the forecast. Unofficially today, high temperature 85, and that's just a couple of degrees above where we should be now. Our normal is at 83. Our record high just 2 years ago in 2023, where we topped off at 96 degrees. 73 unbelievably warm degrees this morning overnight. 58 is where we should be for a normal low in our record set in 1960 of 47 degrees. Sunrise, 6:14 this morning, and it sets tonight at 10 minutes to 8. All right, Thursday temperatures. Things will begin to warm back up. 89 in Moses Lake and Ephrata. Quincy, Wenatchee also at 89 degrees tomorrow. Ellensburg 88, and that extends to Eniat, Chelan. Omak a little bit cooler at 87. Leavenworth, you'll be at 87, and Cashmere tomorrow, high temperature of 88 degrees. Tonight, not a whole lot going on weather-wise. You can still see this little area of low pressure spinning off the Washington coast, but this is that monsoonal flow of moisture that's moving up in our area, so we could catch some showers tonight, a 20% chance of that. Mild with lows tonight around 70. Mostly cloudy skies in our Thursday forecast. That monsoonal moisture beginning to lift to the northeast, but still some lingering thunderstorms on Thursday. About a 30% chance that we could see that. High temperatures near 90 tomorrow. And then for Friday, sunshine all over the place. High pressure to our south will begin to build back up over the Pacific Northwest. We're going to warm up into the low and mid 90s to end this work week, and then getting you into the long Labor Day weekend. Boy, it looks decent. Saturday, partly cloudy skies. There is a 30% chance of rain, but boy, it's very isolated, and I think it will be mainly through the Cascades on Saturday. High temperatures to kick off our long weekend into the low 90s. For your Sunday, it looks beautiful. Sunday, sunny, a little bit cooler on Sunday with high temperatures in those upper 80s to around 90 degrees. The warmer weather will actually be over to the east near Spokane. And then Labor Day on Monday. What a great day day to be outside. Sunny and warm, high temperatures right around 90 degrees. And you can see we will see some of the warmest temperatures all over the western United States on Monday. For Tuesday, sunny and even a little bit warmer. Once again, that ridge of high pressure firmly set in on Tuesday, and that will warm us up. We're talking high temperatures then in the low to mid 90s. All right, your 7-day forecast. We will see 70 for an overnight low tonight, about a 20% chance of overnight showers. That goes up to 30% chance of rain on Thursday. We will warm back up to around 89 degrees. And then for Friday, boy, sunny and warmer, a high of 93. Isolated rain showers possible on Saturday at 92. And then to end your long weekend on Sunday and Monday, just a beautiful couple of days. Sunshine, 88 Sunday, 89 Monday, and back to the warmth on Tuesday with sunshine and a high temperature of 93. That's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Handoff to Zielinski around the right side. Got away from one man, got away from two. Squirts between High school sports is back this fall on the NCWLIFE channel. Watch Eastmont, Wenatchee, and Cashmere games right here. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, and Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Watch high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel. Happy Wednesday. The Mariners and Padres played a back-and-forth contest last night. San Diego coming out on top, 7-6. Seattle had to play catch-up early after the Padres scored 5 runs the first inning off starter Luis Castillo. The big hit was a grand slam home run by Ramon Laureano.
Runners go, and a soft line drive into left field, a base hit. Around from second comes Fernando. O'Hearn will be stopped at third as Xander Bogaerts drives in the game's first run. Padres lead it 1-0.
3.5 coming in.
And a fly ball lifted to left field. Arozarena going back to the warning track. He's at the wall. It is gone! Ramon Laureano plays in Slam Diego. Grand slam puts the Padres on top 5-0. How about that start in Seattle?
First pitch to Randy.
Deep, high fly ball. Man, is this a tank? Way up to the second deck. Randy Arozarena, number 25.
Randy has had a hit in all 4 games of this series, make it in all 5. His hard hit rate has just skyrocketed this year.
High fly, back there in left field and gone! Go ahead, 3-run bomb, Eugenio!
To left field and a base hit for Cronenworth. From third base comes Sheets. Padres tie the score 6-aside. Squaring again, gets it down. Here he comes from third base, and they'll get the runner at first, and the Padres take the lead. The safety squeeze, and Laureano's in from third base. 2-2 pitch. Line to right field, and Fernando makes the catch. Padres win. Liner hung up long enough for him to come in to make the grab. And Robert Suarez, a 1-2-3 ninth inning, will pick up the save. Padres win it 7-6.
Manager Dan Wilson says it was impressive to see how Seattle kept putting pressure on a great pitching staff for the Padres.
Tough one to lose tonight. Thought it was a great ball game. Kind of all around, getting in the hole early. guys fighting back like they do. And then just our at-bats from beginning to end, really good at-bats, even late in the game. Just putting up some really tough at-bats, getting guys on base, against some tough arms. I thought Louis, almost got out of that first inning, the jam shot, and then, obviously the grand slam, I give, the Rock a lot of credit for, coming back out there and getting us 4 zeros there after that first inning. His slider came around really well and was sharp, and he was able to locate the heaters and make good pitches. Our guys, the way they approached their at-bats tonight and the way they battled through it was outstanding. Coming back there, getting the 2-3 run homers there after creating some traffic and getting on the base and then getting the big blows, and then continuing those good at-bats even after that. We didn't come out on top of this one, but we were ready to come back out tomorrow.
After the two teams wrapped up the series today with a day game, the Mariners have a travel day tomorrow before beginning a 3-game series at Cleveland on Friday. Seattle missed an opportunity to gain ground on the Astros as Houston stumbled against the Rockies 6-1. Texas moved closer with a 7-3 win over the Angels. The Athletics walked off against Detroit in 10 innings, 7-6. Seattle holds down the third wildcard spot to the American League, trailing Boston by 2 games after the Red Sox blanked Baltimore 5-0. The M's are 1.5 games behind the Yankees after New York beat Washington 5-1. Seattle is 3 games up on Kansas City after the Royals topped the White Sox 5-4. Cleveland moved to within 5 games of the Mariners with a 3-0 win over Tampa Bay. No big surprises with the Seahawks releasing their players who were cut yesterday. The only big names to make or not make the 53-man roster: veteran wide receiver Marquez Valdez-Scantling, running back Damian Martinez, along with linebackers Jamie Sheriff and Patrick O'Connell. Several could be reinstated to the practice squad if they clear waivers as Seattle readies for the regular season. Tight end A.J. Barner says he's loving the vibe around the team right now.
Really good culture here. I mean, we have great culture in this building. We know what the expectation is. We know the physical brand of football that we're trying to play. And there's really there's egos and everyone has their swag and this and that to them, but there's no pointing fingers. There's no I need this, I need that. It's let me do my job. Let me play the style of football that we're going to play, and let's win games.
During the offseason, Seattle brought in Clint Kubiak and his new offense and added wide receiver Cooper Kupp and quarterback Sam Darnold. Barner says Sam has come in and taken charge of the offense.
Just his poise, really great player, really great thrower of the football, consistent. I've touched on the timing piece before, but I think he's great with his timing. When the ball is getting out. I think we all expect really great things from Sam. He doesn't turn the ball over either. Makes great decisions, smart decisions, checks the ball down when he needs to, checks the run plays, never messing up calls in the huddle. So it's very consistent. He's a pro. He's been in this league for a while. And he's going to have a really, really great year.
Defense is looking to pick up where it left off at the end of last season. Veteran safety Julian Love says he's excited to see how their team chemistry can benefit the Seahawks on the field.
It's exciting. I mean, I took, now, away from the game, I'll say we just feel so settled in as a family. I feel settled in, where we're living, in the community, with the fans. It's like a really cool vibe we're on right now. And then with the team, I feel like we've taken a step up, each of these past few years. And so I just love the place that we're at right now. We're super competitive. We're really close. That locker room, you guys, you see it, but we're pretty close in there. And it's all building into kind of what we want to become. And then tied on top of all that is Mike setting kind of a standard of what the team specifically this year wants to be the 2025 Seahawks. And so I'm excited. We're in an exciting spot. And so now we just got to go out and, work to earn what we can do.
Seattle opens the season at home against San Francisco a week from Sunday. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Wednesday.
And that will do it for this edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. For more news from around Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app. And now you can watch all of NCWLIFE's 24/7 programming without cable. Our channel is available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the NCWLIFE app to your devices and share the news with friends and family. You can can email us with news tips anytime at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.